Hello you, it's Super Bowl Sunday, it's Audio who I'm here to bring you some offense and some defense over Orbis, the first story of season 3 of Paul McGann's 8th Doctor adventures, alongside Sheridan Smith's Lucie Miller. The story picks up where season 2 left off after the encounter with Morbius and the Sisterhood of the Flame. The Doctor's went AWOL, he's been somewhere for a good 600 years, and there's a lot of something fishy going on on the planet of Orbis. What did you think about that? Well, you're about to find out. Before we get to that, let's get to this. It's your panel this evening. Joining us from NYC and wearing his Atlanta Falcons underwear this evening, it's Will Medina. Will, how's it going, mate?
Hey now, get lost, New England.
Yeah, there you go. Whatever. All the way from Cali, it's Sophie Taylor's Blue. How's it going, Sue?
I'm good. Go Patriots.
No, don't you start. I want to see first line. And joining us early door on a Monday morning, he couldn't give a flying fuck which way the ball game goes. It's AJ. How's it going, mate?
Hey guys, how are you?
Good to have you, man. Down in the nutsack of his own ball, which Texas Timwell. Timbo, how goes it, man?
I couldn't give a flying fuck either.
Excellent. We're in agreement. And joining us from Tottenham, he doesn't have a clue what American football is. It's Phil Parker. Phil, how are we doing?
The only bowl I'm interested in is my bowl of soup. There you go.
Oh, dear God. Well, there you go. Anyway, that now concludes our football puns for the evening. Back to the audio. Orbius. So as mentioned, guys, yeah, the Doctor has ended up roamed on the planet in the area of Orbis as a result of his encounter with Morbius. See, oh, that's rhymed and you don't know it. We have a device which has been embedded into the sea, which he brought along for the ride back to the Sisterhood. And now we deal with the consequences. Where to begin? Opening thoughts. Sue, can I get your opening thoughts on Orbis, please? Paul McGann and Sheridan Smith.
First of all, I love Lucie Miller. I love the 8th Doctor adventures. It's really, really good stuff. Second of all, I love anything to do with Morbius because he's really intense and, you know, a chock-a-block full of different parts. He's great. Anyway, the third thing that I like about Orbis is jellyfish and the stellar manipulator and the things that sort of sound a bit like Macra. Anyway, that's all I got for right now.
You mean the Molluscari?
The Molluscari, yes.
Yeah. The Keltons and the Molluscari are the two inhabitants of this planet or area. And what she says, a lot of cooking going down. Phil, how about you? Opening thoughts, Orbis?
I do remember listening to this ages ago, and I found out the weaker of that season's run for me, because it was just a bit silly, a bit of a kiddish kind of story, really. But I do like the idea of Andrew Sachs playing a gender-bending type of, or at least some sort of mollusk or something, and it's like,
Molluscari. Yeah.
Molluscari. I'm going to be pregnant and give out birth and everything. But I did like the idea of the stellar manipulator, being carried forward from the Morbius story, and it's threatening the land of Orbis. That was cool. And Sheridan Smith had all the wisecracking lines that I could laugh at because she was so sort of rude to the jellyfish and, give me back my stockings and that blah. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I props to Catherine Olsen as the head. She was nice and pretty. And the fact that she got to put Lucie Miller into the sea with her, and poor Lucy's just floating away into land. It's a good story. Paul McGann was I think he was a bit lackluster in this. Although he's there, I understand why he could remember Lucy. Is it because he's been there for so long, if he got about humour and all that?
600 years.
Yeah, but poor old Smith was on fucking his planet first home, and he still remember Clara. But you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Overall, it's a good story. It's
well,
fun.
you got to remember that Matt Smith was smelling her underwear. That's why we don't really forget her.
All right, enough of the fast jokes. AJ, how about you, mate? Orbius, opening thoughts?
The story, I thought it was a little bit weak. I think the most part of the excitement and all that happens in the last 20 minutes or so. It was quite, little bits of it was sort of dull and boring. There was no sense of urgency in the story. Like, there was no ticking clock to say, oh my God, we've got so long before boom or whatever. I don't know. But it was a good story. I like Paul McGann yet again has amnesia about his companion, who he is and all that. And calling himself Old Doctor, eventually giving into the whole people calling him the Old Doctor, even though he's not old, which was funny, I thought too. But it was an okay story, just not one of the best I've heard.
All right, mate. Fair enough. Everyone's different. Timbo, how about you, mate? Orbis?
I think it's a lot of fun. I think it's cool that they opened the series with it's pretty much a comedy, and it doesn't take itself too seriously like the previous story did. Like, the stuff with Morbius and the Sisterhood's all, pretty serious drama. This is just a bit more lighthearted, and I think that's cool how they opened the series that way. I think it's cool. I think McGann is very good in this, Philip. I think he's playing almost a different part because he's not really himself. He has a sort of amnesia, but it's not only that. He's reduced to who the Doctor is. I mean, pretty much, and he's enjoying not being who he was. I mean, he's stuck here, and he's been stuck here for so long. He's trying to build his own TARDIS again, but he's not getting very far with all these jellyfish. And it's just and he doesn't have the right. He needs a chick with tights. And it's like, really? I mean, it's just funny how when they meet too, she's knocked out because she thought he was dead, and he's just like, I don't know you. But then it finally dawns on him that he must know her, or the TARDIS must be somewhere near because she's speaking their squiddy language or whatever. So
Celtic.
I think it's a pretty clever, fun story that doesn't take itself too seriously. I think it says a lot about how good friends they are. I mean, because halfway through the story, you're like shocked. He's forgotten who she is, and he doesn't care. He's like, get her out of here.
Yeah, I've got my ties. Piss off. Yeah,
But then she convinces him slowly who she is, but by her own actions or whatever. So I think it's a fun story.
Okay, man. Excellent. Well, let me in, man.
Well, I gotta agree with Tim, but this is also a comedy and a tragedy. The comedy part is everything with Lucie Miller and dealing with the headhunter, of course, believing that the headhunter that the universe was dying like that.
Time waste.
Yeah, she fell for that, and her going with her to find the Doctor, and of course, having the Doctor start to remember her every time Lucy slapped him in the face, because since she was in the TARDIS, the time energy was going in him. He started to remember her, like when they met in the Red Rocket and all that. But and of course, the tragedy of us, what happened to Orbis itself, what happened at the end.
Yeah.
And that's something that the Doctor was trying so hard not for it to happen. And then another tragedy that a good, even though she's a jellyfish like that the girl used the Dr. Sonic as a weapon and actually killed somebody with it. That's why he grabbed it away from her so fast. But that was something he would never have done with his sonic screwdriver. And right there, that started almost from that point on. The tragedy of the planet was happening, and that was a sad thing. But the funny thing is, when the story ended and you hear the theme song playing, I kept playing it on, and then right after the song ended, you hear the headhunter revelation of what she did with with Morbius manipulator, that it wasn't destroyed with Orbis, that she still have it, and it's gonna continue on with the season, what she's planning and all that, and who she works for. So that's just starts a season of this plot, so to speak. So I gotta agree with Tim. It's a comedy, especially with Lucy. She really went off, and especially when she got jealous of a female jellyfish being with the Doctor like that. That was funny. But of course, the tragedy of what happened to the planet Orbis, and the Doctor at the end could not prevent the tragedy that happened.
Yeah, nah, you're right. And who was it who played the old wiser Kelton?
Janos?
Janos, who was that?
Barry McCarthy.
Good job by him as the old, almost like the elder figure, this group for this story. But I'll concur with Tim and Will as well. Good bit of comedy, good bit of tragedy as well, based on what happened to hell. The two main Keltons in it get devoured just before the planet boiled. Man,
Yeah, that was messed up.
awful. What to pay for? Yum yum yum. There you go. So Janos and was it Sana? Whatever the bloody name was.
Selter.
Selter. I need to get a handle on these names. Who played her?
Lois Solon.
Okay, yep. She done well in her part as well. Albeit she spent the first 20 minutes looking for a pair of tights. But there you go. Good job.
And one of the doctor that danced with her.
That's
remember
right.
the ceremony.
I bet that's the first time he's ever been asked on a date by a jellyfish. There you go. Some mothers do have them, as they say. Right, guys. Any events, characters, or instances that stood out for you within this tale? AJ?
Near the beginning where one of the children fall in the hole trying to scrump for barnacles or whatever they were going for, the doctor goes, "That will learn you." That was really bad English, I thought. I've never heard that before. That will learn you.
I would say that was just an example of him being out of character in a way.
Yeah.
Because he has become somebody else. He's no longer the doctor he was. It takes him a minute to get there. It takes Lucie slapping him enough times to get that. What do they call it? Artron energy or
Artron energy.
Yeah, for him to get to figure out who he is again. To be honest, I think that's what they implied by it. That was just another clue. I suppose.
Yeah. That was just me being nitpicky. Also, how the Sonic fails in this. I like when the Sonic actually ends up not working during a story because it gives more urgency to the story.
Okay.
I do like the idea of the head. Sorry.
There you go, Phil.
I was going to say, I like the idea of the hunters, a time bullet gun. That's a quirky idea, really, that a bullet's destroyed into your body to, eradicate you. I think that's a nice little new thing.
Yeah, you're right. Katarina Olsen was as devilish with the Aussies, and this is she is in that role for the majority of the story she's in.
I have a question.
Yeah.
When does what future audios does the Headhunter show up in?
She's in up until the end of this season.
She's in there. She's in almost every story in this season. Yeah. Because the next one is called Hot House. Let me check if she's in it.
She's not in. Is she in that one? Right at the end. She gets to turn up. Right.
No, it might be in the end, but her name does not appear in this one.
Yeah, she's in the majority of season 3, so she bows out in the finale.
Okay, thanks.
Phil, what's good for you, man?
Well, for me, like I mentioned, everything that the Headhunter was in, every scene the Headhunter was in with Lucie, that was bonus comedy for me, and they were cool. Like I said, I do like Abstract's Molluscari, because he's just so funny. The voice he puts on, it's just so camp and so out there. So I do like his character as well. Yeah.
Excellent. Timbo, how about you, mate? Let's start out.
The Sonic drive screwer. No, it's just a lot of fun in the story. I think also too having this. I think this hour-long format for stories often works better than the traditional 4-episode, just because it's over and done with quick enough that you're not on. You can't do that with all stories, but I think this format really works well for the 8th Doctor and Lucie. I'd also say it's her name, Katarina Olsen.
Yeah.
She's always good in these as the what do you call it? And I think isn't she one of those actresses that does a whole lot of Big Finish, like or up until that point she was always in
she does other characters.
Yeah, I think like her and Helena Goldwyn, they're the ones that always seem to trudge out to fill in a lot of parts. What else we got? Sue, anything stand out for you?
Well, I was intrigued. I love Lucie Miller. I think that she's great, and I love that she had the all the little parts to make the the Doctor back to the way he was, and
you mean the right and left hand?
and I love, yeah, right and left hand, and I think they called it Chronon energy instead of Artron energy.
Well, they're bad if that's the case. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, it's but anyway, it was a really good story. I like the Molluscari, the baddies coming to take over Orbis. That really added some drama to it. It was great.
All right. Well, you're up.
Well, of course, what stood out, of course, beginning with and Sheldon Smith being so funny and shocked that she thought the doctor dead, and then when she saw him, and then the start of the episode when Celta was saying, "What is wrong with her? She's moving her mouth, but nothing's coming out of it." And like, that's the first. Because him being there such a long time, you forgot who she was. That's pretty funny. And of course, the headhunter, because we seen how the last season ended like that, we didn't anticipate her coming back so quickly. And then, of course, her appearing, and then at the end of the story, the way she did at the end of the story, knowing that she's going to be around during this season. So that so that's good to see her return in that character. We return at that. Well, there's another one is the female jellyfish sealer. Like you see her like a. It was funny because she's a jellyfish, not a humanoid. So and then and you could tell that she has a crush on the Eighth Doctor, and he's not looking for that.
You don't get freaky with 8 legs. Yeah.
Well, well, the 8 legs come later on in the story. But that's pretty funny that once again the Eighth Doctor has a crush from a female, even though she's not a companion like that. But it's pretty funny, and of course how Lucy got jealous of her like that. That was pretty cool like that. But the thing is, like what Philip said about Andrew Sachs like that. That one was a weird character, but I don't know which way he was coming. I don't know. He was busy.
I don't know which way he was going either.
Yeah, I don't know. But the only thing that was missing was hearing his stomach grumbling, but he kept complaining he was hungry all the time. Like, gee, and then when like you said that the smorgasbord started happening, when them becoming started eating the jellyfish, like what is going on here? And it was weird. But it was, I couldn't tell if it was a funny or tragic, because you have to listen to the rest of the story to realize, hey, this is a tragedy, because they instead of like using these jellyfish as slaves or anything like that, they just want to cook them and eat them, man. It makes like wow.
I'll be freaking seeing you. Yeah.
That was bugged out.
There you go, man. The Molluscari go all Hannibal Lecter on their asses. Yeah. Excellent.
That's true. Yeah.
For me, I hope that the stuff's been covered already by the guys, but I really enjoyed the interaction with Lucy and the headhunter when they're trying to navigate the TARDIS. She's going, "Oh, I've got the manual here." So that's not the manual. That's a quick start guide, and they're just. They're all she also, when she threw it up in the toolbox as well. I hope you're going to clean that up. Just had a wisecracking from that point of view. The stuff when she runs back into McGann again has been mentioned, that the constant slapping or spelling out her name was quite funny to help jog back his memory. Well, to try and help jog back his memory.
I kept getting images. When that octopus took her type, I kept thinking, if she got her type, that she's walking around without anything on underneath, you know what I mean? So
she'll get one hell of a draft. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let the wind blow high, let the wind blow low, as they say.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. Didn't she take Lucy's her tights, and then that means she just her underwear or something? That makes no sense. Nobody brought it up too. Notice that during the rest of that story, nobody brought it up.
That's not if she was talking about naked like Patience was a few weeks ago. I mean, let's be fair. I mean, she probably had a skirt on. Yeah.
I think, didn't she take them off because they got wet? She was in the water, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. She took them off and she nicked them.
Otherwise, this witty girl wouldn't have noticed what they were. Probably they were just on her legs. She wouldn't have paid attention to them.
That's true. And that was a good wee reveal as well. Oh my God, you Tights. What? Yeah.
I think Lucy said my tights got wet, so
Yeah.
so I think that's how that all
I
started.
never thought we'd spend 5 minutes talking about a pair of tights, but there you go.
They were integral to
They
the
were
story.
a plot point though.
Hang on, what was that, AJ?
It was,
Oh, so I was saying they're integral to the story.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's true. But all in all, a solid opener, bit of comedy, bit of pathos, bit of tragedy, and yum, lots of squid for the eating. Not bad.
Calamari.
Right, guys, open mic portion of the cast. Anything else you want to bring up before we get this rated and in the can?
Well, what was weird is that I don't know. I gotta maybe go back and listen to it. I like to know how the headhunter knows how to control the TARDIS.
She was reading the manual.
That was not the right manual because you notice she hit the slingshot button and it went way quick.
I think time technology is somewhat, linked to. He knows a bit about time laws and everything else, so you would if you know a little bit how.
She works for them, doesn't she?
Once in a while. I actually had a key to go into TARDIS too.
Well, the sister who acquired it. She said the
sister who gave it a
yeah. She said that it's like a trophy, was it no?
Oh yeah.
So,
Yeah.
There you go.
I like in the story. Oh, sorry.
What was that, AJ?
I was going to say, I like in the story how the Doctor mentions how his age changes. He compensates where he is in the universe, so he could be over 1,000 in one part, he'll be less than 300 in another part. So it sort of carries on to the TV series where he was 900, but the Seventh Doctor or whoever it was, he was well over 1,000.
I wouldn't even try and sort out the age thing. They change it all the time.
But
It's pointless.
No, but it's like the funny thing is, see, we tell year by 365 days is a year, but in other parts of the other universes, their time how to tell a year is different.
That's the point. He's never in one place long enough to know or care what time it is, so he doesn't really track his own. You know what I mean? Every time he's somewhere, he's in a different time zone compared to whatever time zones that.
We don't even know how Gallifrey year is and all that.
So the fact that he throws out numbers just like, oh yeah, I'll be 946 next year. It's just probably to the aid of his companions who probably can't get their head around something like that because he doesn't Time Lords don't use the same years that we do. I mean, that's just I don't know. It's just silly to think about it.
And the general theory of relativity says that the closer you travel to the speed of light, the slower time travels. So that's kind of an interesting thing too.
Well, don't blink, you'll miss it. Right. What else was that? I was going to bring something up. I loved how at the end all this tragedies happened, and then it just sounds so. You get Paul McGann's Eighth Doctor. Well, you said Earth still needs saving. Aye, all right. I suppose I've got nothing better to do. It sounds almost kind of better. You're like, why not? I'll go and do it anyway, but I really can't be arsed.
He's pretty angry by the end.
Off we go into the next adventure. No, you're probably right there, AJ. You're probably right. Just a wee interesting side note there for myself. Right, guys. Are we done?
Yeah.
Then I guess it's that time again.
To see Newton get slapped in the face like a bitch.
Well, one can only hope. Yeah, one can only hope. All right. Orbis, Season 3, Story number 1 of the 8th Doctor Adventures. Paul McGann and Sheridan Smith. Sue, what do you give us out of 10, dearie?
I will give it a 9 out of 10.
Stupendous.
That was great.
Thank you. Solid 9 from Kelly. Phil, what's the view from Tottenham?
This is not one of the strongest stories for me this season. But I'll give it 7. I can. I mean, it's a bit more comedy moments. And, the story's got a nice gory and interesting. 7 was it for me.
All right. Middle of the road somewhat for Phil this week. AJ, want to echo that or better it or worse it?
7.5 out of 10. I agree. It wasn't one of the best stories, but I liked the parts where McGann was not really began, if you know what I mean. Like he wasn't himself, so.
Okay, what about better for AJ's point of view? Timbo, what's your view for Techie comment?
I'll give it a 9. It's a lot of fun. It's got a little bit of comedy, a little bit of tragedy, and it's a good season opener, I would say, for if you're gonna look at it like that. So yeah, I'll give it a 9.
Cool beans, mate. And Will, what's your view for NYC, boss?
I'm gonna have to agree with Tim and Susan. I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. It's a comedy and a tragedy, and by hearing the ending after the theme song is played, you find out that the Headhunter is gonna be around for the season. So that sticks out pretty good.
Good point,
okay.
Yeah.
Cool, mate. Thank you. And I'll spot the difference between everybody in the group band here, and I'll get a solid 8. So the guys have alluded to, you've got a wee bit of everything in here. And all right, it might be a wee bit on the zany side compared to some of the residents of Orbis and what actually happens. But, oh no, it's a solid outing. And there you go, Will's got the cover right there. Good artwork as well. So,
Yes, it is.
yeah, listen if you get a chance, folks. And with that, done, dusted, finito, zip-a-toed, and in the can for another week here on Audio Who. Join us next Sunday, guys, when we will be sitting down and we will be shouting Alon frickin' Z once more. We'll be delving back into the realms of season 4 of the 2005 revival with Dave Tennant and Catherine Tate. And Philip?
We will be going to the Time Reaper. Bam.
Very undramatic, Phil, but thank you.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, we'll be checking it. Time Reader. We done Technophobia a while back, so we figured, what the hell, we'll give the classics a rest for a week and go back into Dave Tennant. It's also my intention to do a wee bit of John Hurt sometime down the road as well, in light of the gay right man's passing. So sometime down the road we'll maybe touch on one or two of his, especially his new set coming up with Leela sometime this month. And with that, guys, we're done. Please check out all our various buddies on the wacky, wonderful world of the YouTube. You've got the guys and dolls over at Geeks Assemble. You've got Harry and Sue there with Doctor Who use. Go read a book, go and talk about it and enjoy the episodes. You've got TARDIS Boys Radio with Sue there as well. You've got Dr. Freedom and Amiga Files and his news broadcasts. And the adventures of Dr. Freedom and Eric. Holy crap, I still got lines to record for that. I better do that before I stop when it's called tonight. That's what you call an epiphany.
So you're the one holding everything back, man. Oh, God.
That's me, yeah. I'm the asshole. Yeah, I'll put my hands up. I've been out drinking again. And with and all the usual guys, Johnny Boyle, Sammy Carter, Mike Shannon, whenever he's on the internet, go check them all out. Like, share, subscribe. Above all, enjoy. Enjoy the rest of the week, folks. Take care of yourself and each other. And with that, we are out of here. All the best, man.
Dead New England.
Okay, that as well. Yeah, go Falcons. Good night, folks.